Sorry, you guys, but you're going to have to hear me talking about stable coins a lot because I'm blowing the whistle on the danger. So let's just think about it like this. There's a leaky lifeboat, and imagine you're on a sinking ship. While most people think that the safest move would be to jump into the lifeboat labeled US dollar, right? That's what's happening around the world. But that lifeboat, it has a leak. Sometimes it's slower, sometimes it's faster. But what that really means is that it may look safer than the alternatives, but frankly, it's still sinking, just not quite as fast as some others. Quite honestly, inflation isn't a gentle annual uptick, and it is not a required monetary phenomenon. It is, however, a fiat money phenomenon, where that lifeboat is leaking on purpose. And what it does is it erodes your purchasing power every single day. High inflation and especially hyperinflation. The only difference between that is the speed of the inflation. But any way you count it, they get to where they want to go. And it really just destroys the real value of your cash faster than you can earn more. And again, by design. Wow, everything costs more. Bread costs more, rent goes up, savings shrink. And if you own an asset, you think that it's going up in terms of dollars. It is, but it's the value of that dollar that is definitely going down. For over 5,000 years, people have turned to gold during the crisis. It doesn't rot or rust or vanish. Gold is indestructible and used in every single segment of the global economy. So that's why it holds its value when paper money collapses. This is not rocket science. It's pretty simple. The stablecoin illusion is real, but don't get suckered in because that's all it is an illusion. In Africa, stablecoins grabbed roughly 43% of all crypto volume in 2024. Fragmented banking, volatile currencies, and unclear rules drove users to dollars. Well, they're dollar-pegged tokens because they can't actually get access to dollars. But the stablecoin is the next best thing. Do you see how we are using the stablecoins to create another market for dollars, an artificial market for dollars? Because they use them in remittances and in daily payments. Quite honestly, in Nigeria, inflation is over 20%. It's true in Ghana and Zimbabwe. We certainly know. We talk about it all the time. But frankly, currency devaluation is a daily threat that people are aware of. And after all, if the price is changing that rapidly, well, stablecoins can settle in minutes. And avoid that? Well, only for the moment. Because at some point, the US dollar as well will be feeling, and the hyperinflation that's built in there, it's already begun. In Bolivia, the Boliviano has cratered. Inflation is at 3 decades high. Dollars are scarce. Coffee shops and duty-free shops, well, guess what? They're now pricing goods in dollar coins. Exchange rates update daily via Binance data. And most people think that this is smart. After all, the dollar seems stronger. But both dollars and their digital twins, the cryptocurrencies, the digital dollars, well, they leak value too. Stablecoins feel safer short term, but they're still tied to the dollar, who's losing purchasing power constantly. And we're printing more and more of this, and every time we do that, the value of what's out there goes down. Compare the Bolivano, or Nigerian Naira against spot silver or gold, and you'll see that the metals hold their value far better, both in the short run and over decades. Chasing dollar-pegged tokens only delays the inevitable erosion of wealth, and that's only for the moment. True safety comes from assets that are outside of any falling currency system. It's really important what you do. What are you going to do when that lifeboat is leaking faster and faster and faster and the ocean is full of sharks? You build a raft that floats on its own. What a concept. And puts your best interest first. Zang Enterprises' sound money strategy guides you through the reset because it's built in layers. So depending upon where we are in this trend cycle, you're covered, you're protected, you have a safe raft. Because when one fiat currency dies, another one is born. It pops up to take its place. And gold and silver holds its value through this reset transition. So look, like I said, it's built in layers, and it should be. That's what makes a solid raft. So you want to maintain your current standard of living, and that's the first part of the strategy. And you also want to protect whatever fiat money wealth you've managed to accumulate that you either choose to continue to hold or you don't have a choice in it, but you have to continue to hold it. And so those are two key pieces. But it's also so critically important to forge those local community networks for surety in food, water, energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, community, and shelter. Because money means little if you can't cover your basic needs. Diversification of your intangible wealth is key to maintaining what you've managed to accumulate and knowing ultimately that they convert back to dollars, for goodness sakes. But you also want to be in a position to take advantage of what's happening through this trend cycle. And that's really where gold comes in, because it holds your purchasing power intact because it is used in every single sector of the global economy. So it has the broadest base of functionality, the broadest base of demand, and since it's indestructible, it holds energy for use over and over and over, and frankly, in an unlimited amount of times. And this is why it's never gone to zero. So look, we're all in this raft of sinking dollars. And remember that leaking lifeboat? Well, most people think it's the only way to stay afloat. But I'm telling you, it won't keep you afloat. You don't have to jump into someone else's sinking vessel and believe the lies. You can patch and reinforce your own raft layer by layer with real tangible assets, sound money, real community, both locally and globally, and frankly, real knowledge. Stop chasing the digital illusions that they put before you. I get that stablecoins feel safe to some. They don't to me at all, because I believe without a doubt in my mind, and I mean, I can't say that I can't be wrong because this is my very well-educated opinion, but I do believe that the stablecoins were ushered in so that the corporations can create the hyperinflation, and then everybody could point the finger at the corporations and not at the root of it, the central banks and the governments. Start building real value. Invest in gold and silver. Grow food, cultivate community ties, and learn practical skills. Diversify wisely and don't wait for the crash to reposition your intangible assets. Take advantage of this melt up and join the movement. Zang Enterprises will guide you step by step through the layers of your resilience. You don't need to leap into someone else's lifeboat that has a huge hole in it anyway, because that's really about trapping you in the system. You'll already be floating, free, prepared, and resilient. And if you like this, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, share, and join the Citizens for Sound Money movement. Let's make a positive difference. And all of this inflation that we're talking about, it does not happen with a redeemable sound money. It just doesn't happen. There are more of us than there are of them. We can have our voices heard. We vote with our wallets, and all you have to do is convert your garbage fiat into sound money. Let's float free. And until next we meet, please be safe out there. Bye-bye.